Training indoors, especially on the turbo, can be a very intense workout. If you want to get the most out of every session, it pays to pay close attention to how you fuel and hydrate throughout, just like you would outdoors. To make sure you understand the importance of this, we thought we'd put together some advice on how to fuel and hydrate properly for indoor workouts, together with those good folk over at Enervit. Right, before we get started, you want to think about where you're going to place your trainer. You want to avoid placing it near anywhere excessively warm. Avoid being near radiators, direct sunlight in a conservatory, or, a sauna. I put it there once and I tell you, it did not go well. You want to avoid your body excessively overheating. Isn't that right, Hank?
Now this time of year you could place your turbo on a balcony or terrace, or even by a window like I've got here. Get you some fresh air, also try and cool you down. It is imperative though to have a fan if you're inside. That will help to cool you down, but also to try and evaporate some of that sweat. One thing worth remembering though, try not to place your turbo in direct sunlight, because that might just overheat you that little bit too much. And you might even sweat more than I do.
Hydration is always important when riding, but on the static trainer it is vital. Fail to hydrate properly and you'll end up dehydrating rather quickly. You won't get the benefit of the session. And even worse, you'll probably end up with a pounding headache. Believe me, I've been there and it's something I would not recommend. Hey, Hank?
I mean, all you have to do is take a look at the pool of sweat beneath your turbo trainer to show, wow, that the need to rehydrate is pretty self-explanatory. I think I need to go mop it up.
Minerals in the form of carbohydrate and electrolyte solutions will replenish those losses due to sweating during sports activity. Even in low intensity efforts indoors, we really recommend hydrating with an isotonic solution. This will really help replace all those lost electrolytes due to sweating. And you know what, come to think about it, I better get this to Hank actually. He's got to do a session, right? Be back in a sec.
Oh, cheers, Connor. If you're looking at doing a less than 60-minute session that's low in intensity, then we recommend you take 500 ml of water and then add 30 grams of Enervit isotonic powder to that. In mid to high intensity sessions of around 90 minutes or under, we'd recommend you drink 750 ml of water and add 45 grams of isotonic powder to it. That would definitely help you with a bit of rehydration.
Now you could split that up into 2 bottles if you want. And don't forget, it's much better to take regular sips. Often and regularly is the way, not all at once. And Hank, I'm watching you there. Make sure you get that gel into you.
Cheers for the reminder, Connor. In addition, why not take an Enervit isotonic gel? It will give you 20 grams of carbs and it'll help to maintain those energy levels.
If you do have a longer and more intense workout planned for the day indoors, I'd really recommend splitting it up into 2 sessions. This will really help your body cope with the sessions better and you'll get more out of that workout as a result. What I do is split that ride into 2 90-minute long rides, one in the morning and one later on in the afternoon. That way you can follow the hydration and nutrition advice for both sessions, and I think you'll really feel the benefits of this one.
So that's session 1 complete. Now's the time to get around 50 grams of recovery R2 drink. Mix it with around 500 ml of water. That will help your muscle recovery, but it'll also help restore those glycogen stores. And it will also get you ready for that second session. Recovery drink done. Now it's time to have a quick nap before the next session. Oh, how I wish to be a pro again.
Right, well, while Hank takes a nap, I thought I'd talk you through hydration. Now, when you're working out indoors, hydration is even more important than ever. Research has shown that dehydration really impacts your performance. And it's just so easy to get dehydrated when you're indoors on the turbo, when you're sweating that much. So if you are prone to get dehydrated, I'd really recommend getting a bottle of isotonic sports drink into you before you even get on the turbo in the first place. Try mixing 30 grams of Enervit's isotonic sport drink mix with 500 ml of water. And this will really minimise the risk of you becoming dehydrated, especially if you're someone like myself who gets dehydrated rather easily. Let me go and find Hank. Has he gone? Better go and wake him up actually. Can't be sleeping for too long.
All right, Connor. I'm going. Now, I know it's really hard to motivate yourself to eat while training on a static trainer, but it's as important as on the road. Making sure you're getting those carbs in when you're doing those hard, intense sessions is really important. And a quick and easy way to do so is take it in gel form, like this one I've got here. Easy way to get those carbs in. That way, well, you can keep up with your mates and maintain those energy levels. They're killing me today.
Right, if you have a bit more time during intervals, or you do have a really intense, longer duration session planned on the indoor trainer, I'd actually really recommend an Enervit competition bar. Now, they contain 23 grams of carbohydrates per serving, which will be really beneficial in keeping those carbohydrate levels topped up throughout your workout. I also really enjoyed having quite a few savoury snacks when I was on the indoor trainer. You lose a lot of sodium through sweating when you're on the bike inside, so it can be really beneficial to keep those sodium levels topped up and stop your performance from being reduced. It's also great if you struggle to remember to drink. Now, this is something I often did. Sodium can really help you to get a thirst when you're on the bike, so get a few salty snacks in you and you're negating those issues.
Compared to outdoor sessions, indoor sessions are far more efficient and more intense. So the volume of that training is a little lower than your outdoor sessions. So if you hydrate and fuel correctly, you'll get the most out of those really hard, intense sessions. Really sore. My knees hurt. Pass me out. Long rides and endurance sessions on an indoor trainer are more and more popular. My top tip for a long and endurance ride on a turbo would be to make sure you're well prepared before you get on your turbo. So make sure you got enough bottles and enough fuel, so bars and gels, next to you and ready to take when you're on your session. That way you can have them as an easy reminder to make sure you drink and eat. You're going to be losing a lot more water than when you're out on the road. So maybe even double up on your water intake to make sure you keep nice and hydrated.
Another good tip is to leave at least 2 hours before your meal and when you get on the indoor trainer. Now, indoor workouts, they are just so intense and it's easy to go into the red during them. So you want to leave that 2-hour window because, to be honest, you don't want to see your lunch repeat on you and end up on your handlebars in the middle of the session. So, quick tip, try and give yourself a bit of time before you jump on that bike on the indoor trainer.
So if you're doing those hard, intense sessions and you struggle with excess sweating, then these, the Enervit salt tabs, could be a really good option.
Sodium promotes muscle contraction and nerve impulse transmission, yet it's one of the most common minerals that's lost when you sweat. Excessive sodium loss can lead to muscle cramps. So if you do have a long, sweaty session planned inside, I'd really recommend supplementing your sodium intake.
So you want to take around 2 tablets per hour when doing exercise, but don't exceed the maximum of 8 in a day.
Thanks for watching everyone and enjoy those indoor sessions. I just hope they're not 24 hours long.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section. What I'd like to know is, what food do you like eating while on the turbo? And how does it differ to out on the road? Let us know in that comment section. And I'll see you in the next video. Connor, will you see him too? Nah, just on my own. Connor! I hope he heard me in Ireland. One day we'll reunite. But not today.